This is Sports Betting Top Picks and Plays. This is for the College Basketball Edition. My name is Abby. Thank you for joining me on Thursday, February the 27th. We have a few college basketball games today that we want to go over. This is courtesy of oddslogic.com. The up-to-date line moves, point spread, totals, injury report, it's oddslogic.com. The first game that we want to go over and look at is going to be North Texas at Florida Atlantic. So this is the one we're going to look at, North Texas at Florida Atlantic. If you can see here, it started off opening at 1.5 Florida Atlantic. That's the opening spread. And Florida Atlantic's at home, total 135.5. This has now gone to 2. We're seeing some 2s across the board. And it's 130. It's going to come down to 134.5. We saw one book come down to 134.5. So we're going to take a look at this now. Yeah, we'll take a look at this right now. Let's see. Get the line history for this game. It should come up in a second. Okay, here we go. So North Texas getting all the public support. And the total looks like it's underplay. It looks like under. But North Texas on the for the sides, North Texas. That's what it looks like so far. Let's get another perspective. Let's see here. Let's give it a moment. It should come up. Yeah, it's all North Texas. Let's look at North Texas is getting the for the sides. It's North Texas. That's what it looks like here. Now we're going to look at the history between these two teams. North Texas at Florida Atlantic. We'll look at the play head by head, head to head. Let's see. So the first meeting was last month, January 26th. This is in North Texas. North Texas was an 8-point favorite, and they won and covered 77-64, and it was 136 went over the total. So this one's come down 135. Even saw it at 134. So we look at the last few games from North Texas. 8-2 last 10 games, 5-3 and 2 against the spread, 4-6 to the under. North Texas has won 4 straight games. They're 4-1 last 5 games. 2-3 to the under. North Texas underdog. So this is the second time they've been a road underdog. They lost at UAB by 3. They were 2.5-point dogs. Yeah, it's the second time they're in that position. Florida Atlantic has dominated them. They finally beat Florida Atlantic after 4 tries or 5 tries. They finally beat them. But to sweep these guys, let me see. That's not going to be easy to sweep Florida Atlantic 2 straight. We'll see. Florida Atlantic 6-4 last 10, 3-7 against the spread, 5-5 to the over/under. Florida Atlantic lost 2 straight games, 2 in a row. They've lost. Memphis, Wichita. They're 3-2 overall last 5 games. Last 5 games, 2-3 to the under. So the way I see this game, Florida Atlantic, North Texas. So my take on this game. Let me look here. Let me look at some other stuff here quickly. My take here for this game, from what I'm seeing, I gotta look at the under 135 and a half. That's the way I have to look. Let's look at the current line now. Yeah, 135 and a half for me. Let's see. Yeah, so for me, the only way to look at this game is the under 135 and a half. Now I see it, some books is starting to come down to 134 and a half, so it's indicating to me that the under is the play. No play on the side whatsoever, just the 134 and a half, 135 and a half. North Texas at Florida Atlantic. That's my take for that game. The next game we're going to look at here, it's going to be Delaware at College of Charleston. That's the one we're going to look at. Delaware and College of Charleston. So this one opened up College of Charleston 8.5 at home. Total 156. So the total has gone up drastically. Now we're seeing it go to 159.5. It's a lot of the books still have 158.5, but we're seeing some 159.5s on the board as well. And then the spread here hasn't really moved much. It's still 7.5. I see 1.8, but mainly 7.5s on the board. So we're gonna look into this game further. Look at the line and see. Look at the line history to see what's going on. Definitely look into the line history just to get an idea. Yeah, it's still 7.5. Let's take a look here. Definitely gonna take a look at this. Delaware, College of Charleston. Take a look at that. And we will get to the marquee game of the day, Rutgers versus Michigan. That's got to be one of our very last games on the board. We will get to that. Yeah, it looks like under so far. Looks like everything's trending to the under. What I'm seeing here. So look into this game further. Delaware and Charleston. We were looking into this one. Get a better idea of what's going on. All right, so look into this. So head to head, we're going to look at it right now. This is the first meeting of the season between these two teams. Delaware 1-9 in the last 10 games, 2-8 against the spread, 6-4 to the over. Delaware has lost 4 games in a row. They're 1-4 last 5 games, and are 5-0 to the over. That's for that game. That's for that team. Charleston, meanwhile, 6-4 last 10 games, 4-6 against the spread, 3-7 to the under. Charleston basically 3-2 last 5 games, 1-4 to the under. Delaware's the opposite, 4-1 to the over. Let's look here, 7.5. Charleston. Charleston has dominated this team. They've beaten them each and every time at home. They've dominated these guys 4 straight. Let's see. They're coming off a 4-game road trip. They're on a long road trip. They came back from the road trip. Delaware starting their road trip. Let's look here. Charleston. 4 straight unders, man. Playing some defense. Charleston. They haven't really been covering. Let me see at home. They covered Elon at home. Stony, Brook at home. So they've covered a few at home. Delaware. Covered at Townsend. 7.5, eh? Let's see, Charleston 7.5. Let me take a look at this again. Charleston. I'm looking at the first half. Let me look at some first half to see what's going on. So first half's 5. Let's see. This has gone to 159. It's gone over now. Let's lean to the over. I'm gonna go with I'm gonna take Charleston in the first half. 4.5. I'm gonna take that. I'm not gonna bet the full game, just Charleston in the first half. That's the way I'm gonna take this game. 4.5 first half. Nothing on the total. Just Charleston in the first half. That's the best way to play this game. They're a good first half team, Charleston. So I think that's to me that's the way to go in this game. No other way around it. Just Charleston first half. That's the way I'm gonna go about it. Next game I like it's gonna be Elon. Elon at Monmouth. So Elon, as you can see, they're 1-point favorites. They open up at 1 as a 1-point favorite on the road. Total 141. All of a sudden, Monmouth is a 1.5-point favorite, and they're even up into 2 now, -2, and the total is gone to 142. So we're seeing 142s on the board. So this is an interesting move. So we'll look here at the Superbook. Let's see what the public's at on this game. Elon versus Monmouth. We'll take a look at that. So everybody's on Elon. Elon is the public play so far. Let's see what the other book is saying. Yeah, Elon's the public. They're the public darling so far. So we're gonna, and the total hasn't really moved much. It's still 141. 140, gone up 142. So it has gone up. Yeah, it has moved up a bit. Okay, so we're gonna look at the actual game itself. Look at this Elon game. Let's see. We'll take a look at the matchup. Two and 1 last 10 games. That's head to head. 2-1 against the spread. 3-0 to the over. So the last time they played was last month, January 23rd of last month in Elon. Elon was a 10.5-point favorite, and they covered in 83-71, and it went over 138. So right now it's at 141. So Elon's dominated this series. They have won. They're in Monmouth now, but they've dominated this series so far. Elon, 4-6 last 10 games, 4-6 against the spread, 4-6 to the under. Elon basically 2-3 last 5 games, and are 2-3 to the under. So Elon a dog on the road. They have covered as an underdog on the road before. Last game was, they've covered 2 straight as a dog, 1 on the road and 1 at home. So Monmouth, 6-4 last 10, 7-3 against the spread, 6-4 to the over. 3-2 last 5 games, Monmouth, and 3-2 to the over. So Monmouth playing to the over, Elon playing to the under. The series has gone over. They've gone over 3 straight times in this series. Well, the way I see this game here, so it's 140. It's gone to 142. So it looks like I said 142. It's gone up. Yeah, the way I have to look at this game, they're 3-0 to the over 3 straight times. I'm going to take the over, Elon Monmouth over, and I'm going to go with plus 1.5. It's plus 2. If it's plus 2, I'm taking Elon. Elon plus 2. Or 1. I'll take the plus 2. I'd rather have it at plus 2. But shop around for the number. But I like Elon plus 2. So again, shop around. Try and get the plus 2 if you can. Try and get it. If you like Elon. If not, you take Monmouth money line. I'm taking Elon. I'm going with the public. Public's on Elon. I'm going to be on Elon myself. I like Elon. And I like the over. Over 140, 1.5, 142, over. There are 3 and over so far in 3 straight meetings. So I like the over a lot here. That's the way I'm going to go about that game. The next game we're going to look at here is Hofstra at Stony Brook. Hofstra at Stony Brook. This one here, Hofstra is a 6-point favorite. They open up at 6. Total is 131.5. So it's 6.5 right now, coming across 6.5, and it's 131.5. This is what we're looking at here. So 6. So you're seeing a bunch of 6.5s right now. 131.5. So let's take a look at this. Hofstra versus Stony Brook. Everybody's on Stony Brook. That's 6.5. That's where the public's at. Okay. Already seeing some over money, over 131. That's interesting. That's where the public's at for that. Let's see. That's Stony Brook. But clearly the public's on Stony Brook. That's where they're at. Stony Brook money. Yep, Stony Brook. So we're gonna look at this game a bit more. Take a look at this some more. Definitely gonna take a look at this. Hofstra and Stony Brook. So they did play about 2 weeks ago. They played at Hofstra. Hofstra was a 12.5-point favorite. Stony Brook covered, and they won 80-75, and it went over 130.5. They went over the total, as you can see. Still the same 130.5. Still there again, strangely enough, but it's gone to 131.5 now. So it has gone up. Let's look at this one. So Stony Brook has dominated the series. Actually, Hofstra has dominated the series. They had beaten them the last 2 times. Stony Brook's beaten Hofstra the last 2 meetings. So Hofstra now, this is a revenge spot, obviously. Hofstra right now 3-7 last 10, 4-6 against the spread, 6-4 to the over. Hofstra's 1-4 last 5 games, and are 2-3 to the under. Stony Brook, meanwhile, 2-8 last 10, 6-3 against the 6-3-1 against the spread, 6-4 to the over. Stony Brook's lost 4 games in a row. They're 1-4 last 5 games, and are 3-2 to the over. This is interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take Stony Brook here. I can see why people are taking Stony Brook. I'm gonna take Stony Brook in the points. I gotta take him here. Stony Brook plus 6.5. I gotta take Stony Brook. I know this is a revenge spot for Hofstra, but Hofstra, they haven't really covered on the road. That's another problem. They haven't covered as a favorite on the road. They have not covered on the road as a favorite. So that's the problem. Stony Brook, meanwhile, they've been a good underdog. They've been a good dog. They covered as a dog against Townsend, a home dog. They covered on the road at Northeastern, at NC AT&T. The last two games they've covered as a dog. The third game they didn't cover. But they covered at Hofstra in the first meeting. I just find that Stony Brook's more battle tested to me in terms of their covers. They covered Wilmington. I mean, they've been covering. Stony Brook's been covering and playing hard. So I got to take Stony. So I agree with the public. The public's on Stony Brook. I'm going to be on Stony Brook myself. I'm going to be taking them here, plus 6.5. I'll be grabbing Stony Brook. Yeah, I'll definitely be on Stony Brook here. Next game for me is going to be we're going to look at NC Wilmington at Campbell. So look at NC Wilmington at Campbell. That's the next game we're going to look at. So this one here, it's opening up at 4, if you can see it there, -4. And the total is 141.5. So it's come down to 3.5, 3.5, 4, 3.5, 3.5. And we're seeing it come down to 139, even 138. So the total's dropping. It's dropping like flies. So look into this game some more. Definitely gotta look into this. Yeah, it's definitely dropping like flies. So we're gonna see here. All right, so here we are. This is the Wilmington Campbell spread. So Wilmington's getting a lot of the attention here at 3.5. So we do like Wilmington here, and the points. They're clearly the public play at 3.5, even at 4, 3.5. It looks like it's I'm sorry, not Wilmington. Yeah, Wilmington is the play. Sorry, Wilmington, NC Wilmington at 3.5. So everybody's on Wilmington. Public's all over Wilmington. Let's look at this. Let's look at this one here. We'll look at the matchup here: Wilmington and Campbell. So this game here, head to head, they did play last month. This is the first meeting of the season, 2025, January 4th. It was in Wilmington, 77-69. Wilmington, it was in Wilmington, and Wilmington won, 77-69. But they didn't cover as an 11-point favorite. Campbell covered, and it went over the total, over 145.5. So the last 4 meetings have gone over in this series. Wilmington 8-2 last 10 games, 6-4 against the spread, 6-4 to the over. Wilmington this is the third game of the road trip, 1-1, 3-2 overall last 5 games, 3-2 to the over. Campbell 7-3 last 10, 6-4 against the spread, 3-7 to the under. Campbell 2-3 last 5 games, and are 2-3 to the under. So Wilmington playing to the over, and Campbell playing to the under. First meeting went over. Last 4 have gone over. Wilmington 3.5-point favorites. They did cover and win against William Mary. They did cover against Deleware. So covered again. So they've covered down the road. Wilmington is covered down the road. I see why they're the public favorite. Campbell, they haven't really done anything. They haven't covered as a home dog. Only against, well, Elon and Hofstra, they covered as a home dog. That was it. And it went under the total both times. So they covered 3 straight at home, William Mary. But that ended again. Campbell. But that ended against Townsend. It didn't cover Townsend at home. But they had covered 3 straight at home. So Wilmington, they have dominated the series. But this is a shorter spread, 3.5. Wilmington, they have Delaware next. Campbell. I'm gonna go with Wilmington here. I'm gonna take Wilmington. Let me look at the let me look at this for a moment. Let me take a look at this. 7 o'clock. Let's see this one. Let's see, Wilmington, 7 o'clock. Yeah, I'm going to take Wilmington on the money line. I like him on the money line. I like the over 139.5, I believe. Let me just check. Yeah, 139.5. So Wilmington on the money line. And I like the over 139.5. That's how I'm playing that game. The next game we're going to look at here will be let's see. We'll look at Hampton and Drexel. We'll take a look at that one. Hampton and Drexel. So this one here opened up 4.5, total 130, as you can see there. Now we saw a bit of 129, but it's mainly 130. Yeah, it's mainly 130. Hasn't really moved that much. Still stagnant, 130, 129 at one book, but mainly 130, I'll say. And then the spread is down to 3.5. It's dropped. Yeah, it's mainly 3.5, 4. Let's see here. Yep, that's what it is. So we'll take a look here. Take a look at the action on this one. See where the public's going. Public on Hampton. Public's all over Hampton. Yeah, they're all over Hampton. Yeah, they're all over Hampton, this one. For the total, nothing on the total, but they're all over Hampton here. That's where it's at. All over Hampton. Let me see. Sorry, the wrong one. I'll give you this wrong. Let me see here. Looking at the wrong book. Wrong line. Yeah, it looks like it's Hampton. Yep. So let's look at the matchup for this one. Hampton, Drexel. There we go. Hampton, Drexel. February 13th in Hampton. They're at home. Hampton 1.5 point. Drexel 1.5 point favorites. Hampton covered plus 1.5, and they won. 63-58, and it's under 129.5. That's where it's at now. So the last few meetings are 3-1. 3-1 to the over in this game. 3-1 to the over. That's Hampton, 3-1 to the over. So Hampton overall 6-4 last 10, 5-5 against the spread, 6-4 to the over. So this one here, 5-0 last 5 games, and 2-3 to the under last 5. Drexel, 4-6 last 10, 6-4 against the spread, 4-6 to the under. So Drexel basically is 2-3 last 5 games and are 2-3 to the under. So both teams right now are playing to the under. Let's see. So my play on this game is I have 2 plays for this game that I like. Let's get to that now. Let me make sure I have the numbers correct on my end here. And I'll give out the 2 plays. Let's see. Yes, so I like the under 130.5, Hampton and Drexel. I like the under. And I'm gonna take, let me see here. I had 2 plays, under and let's see here. Everybody's at Hampton. 3-9. Let's see. Let me just take one more look. I had another play. Let me just check. Let me double check something. Under and the under in Hampton. I like Hampton and the under. Plus 3.5 Hampton. And I like the under in this game. Under 130. 130.5. So that's the 2 plays I like for that game. The next game we're going to look at here, it's going to be we'll do Oakland and Milwaukee. That's the next game we're going to do. Oakland and Milwaukee. Then after that will be the game of the night. Rutgers in Michigan. So Oakland and Milwaukee open up 5.5. Milwaukee, as you can see, total 146 and 146. Since then, it's gone all the way to 140. It's 146 and it's gone to 148, and it's -6. That's where we're at right now, -6. Let's see. Let's see here. Let's see here. Let's see here. Oakland, Milwaukee. So we did see a 6 come across the board. Take one more look. Yeah, it's been 6 across the board. This one's 148. It hasn't really moved the total. It's still sitting at 140. Let's see, at 148. Let's look at this one. Oakland and Milwaukee. Okay, we'll look into this game further. Oakland, Milwaukee. This one's at 8 o'clock starts. Oakland, Milwaukee. Then, like I said, after that will be the last game. Will be Michigan Rutgers. That's the last. That'll be the game of the night. And after that, sorry, will be Hawaii. After that'll be Hawaii. We're gonna have a play on the Hawaii game, the late game. So head to head, they've already played each other January 2nd. It was in Oakland, and Milwaukee was a 1-point favorite. Oakland covered and won 65-49. It was under 146.5. So they did go under. This one's gone up to 147. Well, I just saw 148. So it's clearly going up. So that's where it's 148. Yep, it's going up. Two books have 148, so it's going up. So Oakland, the last 10 games, 6-4 last 10, 3-7 against the spread, 7-3 to the over. 3-2 last 5 games, and 4-1 to the over, Oakland. Milwaukee, 6-4 last 10, 5-5 against the spread, 7-3 to the over. Milwaukee, 3-2 last 5 games, and are 3-2 to the over. Milwaukee, 5.5-point favorites. They covered against North Kentucky, Wright State. So they've covered two straight as a home favorite. 2 in a row they've covered as a home favorite. Let's see. Yep, they've been covering good at home. Oakland, meanwhile, they haven't been faring good on the road as a road dog. They haven't been faring that well. Let's see. Yeah, the only way I can play this game, I have to take. Let me look here. Let me look at the first halves. Let's see here. It might be the first half might be 2.5 or something. Let me take a look. Yeah, the only way I can play this game, I have to look at a first half. Milwaukee in the first half. Milwaukee 2.5 first half. So basically 3. Milwaukee. Yeah, that's the way I'm going to look at this game. Milwaukee first half 2.5. That's the way I'm going to play it. Yeah, I'm going to play it like that. Milwaukee first half. That's the way I'm going to play it. Yeah, I'm going to play the first half. I'm going to have to play that. Oakland's beat them. Oakland's beaten Milwaukee 4 straight times. They've beaten these guys. Yeah, they've beaten these guys 4 straight times. Milwaukee 2.5-point favorite. 5.5. First half probably the best way to go. Oakland beat them already earlier last month. Oakland 3-2 last 5, 5.5. Yeah, Oakland's beating them. Yep. Let's see. They got Green Bay on the road next. Milwaukee's got. Yeah, I'm gonna take Milwaukee in the first half. It's -2.5 Milwaukee first half. That's the way I'm gonna play it. I gotta play it that way. -2.5 Milwaukee first half. That's the way I'm gonna go about it. The next game I'm gonna look at here. It's gonna be the game of the night. Michigan at home versus Rutgers. That's the game of the day. That line now is 10.5. Total 154. It's now down to 9.5. But then we're seeing 10s on the board, and it's gone right back to 10. Yeah, it's gone to 10, but right back to 10. So we'll take a look at this to see. But Rutgers is getting out the public money. Money's all over Rutgers, +10, coming in heavy. And the over is in play. Over is in the high play. Yep, 155. They like the over and Rutgers. This is interesting. So that's the play. Yeah, that's what the public likes. This is a public game, so this is what they like. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing here. We're gonna look at the head-to-head matchup in this game. Very public game tonight. Rutgers and Michigan. 7 o'clock start. Hope you didn't pass it. Rutgers, Michigan. Hope I didn't pass it. I think it might be a late game. Let me see. Yeah, it's a late game. It's a 9 o'clock start. So it's 9 o'clock. Rutgers, Michigan. They did play earlier this month. They played in Rutgers. Michigan was a 6.5 point favorite. Rutgers covered, but Michigan won 66-63. It went under 156. So now it's 154. It's gone down a bit. Rutgers 4-6 last 10, 6-4 against the spread, 5-5. Rutgers has won 2 in a row. They're 2-3 last 5, 3-2 to the over. Michigan 8-2 last 10, 2-8 against the spread, 4-6 to the under. Michigan 4-1 last 5 games, 1-4 to the under. So both teams right now are playing to the. Actually, Rutgers is playing to the over, 3-2, and Michigan's playing to the under, 1-4. Michigan has Illinois next. They have Illinois next. Yeah, this to me this is a look ahead spot. This is definitely a look ahead spot because you have Illinois next. They lost to Illinois. They lost to these guys earlier in the season. So this is definitely a look ahead spot. So Rutgers is in a good position here to catch Michigan in a look ahead position. So I like Rutgers here. This is a sandwich spot for Michigan. Sandwich look ahead spot for Michigan. Rutgers has won 2 straight games, catching Michigan at the right time when they're looking ahead to Illinois at home. I believe this Saturday or Sunday. But yeah, I like Rutgers in this spot. Michigan's looking ahead to Illinois. Remember, they lost to these guys earlier, and plus Michigan's beaten them already. They've beaten Rutgers on the road already. So that's another reason why I like Rutgers to cover the points, and I agree with the public here. I agree with the public 100%. I don't have a play on the total. Let me just see. Let me double check. Yeah, I'm on Rutgers. I like Rutgers here. Definitely agree with the public on this game. Like I said, this is a look ahead spot for Michigan, in my opinion. Definitely a look ahead spot in this game. Let's see. And then after that, we're going to look at the Hawaii game. Definitely look at the Hawaii game coming up. Yeah, Rutgers for me. Yep. Let's see something here. Let me look at something. Let me see something else here. Just checking something else here. Just one moment. Let's see. Yeah, so it's Rutgers for me. No other play. That's it. I was looking at some other angles, but Rutgers is the right play. 9.5, 10 Rutgers, and the points. I like that. The final game we're going to look at here is going to be the late night special. This is a late night special here. I think a midnight special. Hawaii at Riverside. This is at midnight. Hawaii, home underdog. UC Riverside, -1. Total 140. It's gone all the way up to 1.5. Yeah, 1.5. It's 1.5, 1. That's where it's at, and it's 141. We're seeing a 142. So we'll take a look at this. We'll look at the Pinnacle side. This is the last game on the board, and looks like the over here. So we'll take a look at this game. Last game on the board. Hawaii and Rutgers. Hawaii and Riverside. Let's see. So look at the head-to-head. They played last month in Riverside. Riverside was a 2.5-point favorite. Hawaii covered, and Hawaii won 83-76, and it went over the total 136.5. Now it's 141 or 142. Hawaii has won the last 3 meetings, so 2 out of the 3 games last time went over. Riverside, however, 7-3 last 10, 6-4 against the spread, 7-3 to the over. Riverside 3-2 last 5, 4-1 to the over. That's Riverside. Hawaii 3-7 last 10, 3-6-1 against the spread, 2-7 to the under. Hawaii 1-4 last 5, and 1-4 to the under. Let's look at this game. Yeah, Hawaii has dominated this series. They have dominated this series. Yeah, they've dominated this series. Riverside. Yeah. Let's look at this one here. Yeah, I gotta take Hawaii. Hawaii plus the 1.5. And I like the over 141.5. That's the way I'm playing this game. Hawaii plus 1.5 or plus 1, either one is fine. And I like the over 141.5 in this game as well. The last 2 meetings have gone over. They've gone over the last 2 meetings. I believe this one's going to go over as well. So that's my play for that game. College basketball show. Thank you for joining me. My name's Abby. Whether you fit or follow these picks, it's up to you. I just basically look at the games, analyze the games for you, and make the call to make the pick for the sides and the totals. So whether you fit or follow, I still hope you cash your tickets and have a good evening with some winners. And don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button to get more college basketball picks and plays for the totals, over-unders, and the point spreads. Again, good luck to you guys. Stay true to yourself, stay blessed, stay humble, believe in yourself. Peace. I'm gone.